I need to make sure I can get the link.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Easy.
Don't tell me to calm down, Brian.
Mufasa.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's on my page.
Okay.
Copy link to share. Oh my God, I'm looking at myself and I'm frozen and I look retarded. Okay. It's just wonderful. So share to the groupies and
Oh, I told you.
Just what?
I told you.
Oh. It's brown water.
It's after 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Right where you're at.
Whenever I go camping, I put it in. You can't. There we go.
We're live.
Hi.
We are live.
Hi.
Okay. Don't give out your secrets.
Oh, right. I can't. No.
We're just waiting for some more people to jump on. If you're watching right now,
I probably share it until like right around like 6:55. So just leave it on your Facebook for now.
Okay. All right. Don't know who's.
Is Tony getting on the call, or do you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they should. I've got the.
Tony, you have one. Tony, you have
I will disconnect my my intercom when we go up.
Hey, are you coming Thursday?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Oh, yay. Okay.
It's actually going to be me and a few of I think Scott and Gary are going to be there too.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was hoping so. I was wondering if Brad could come. We work with him so much. He's really awesome.
I think, because it's at like 6 o'clock, isn't it?
It's 5 to 7.
Okay. Yeah, he leaves a little bit earlier, like around 5.
Okay. Bolarama. Where's everybody at? Come on over.
It's kind of weird when I use this other background. It makes things disappear. Like you can't see my chair or anything. That's weird.
I see.
Yeah, you can't see my chair, but yet if I go to this one.
I really like that snow background.
I do too.
I'm like, man, that makes me want to go on a trip. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben's here.
I thought about using this one.
It's cool, but
yeah, can't see it because my head's in the way.
Howdy.
Hey, Ben.
How's it going?
Oh, I love your background. I need to change my background.
Awesome.
My blonde hair is going to blend in. I hate changing my background.
Hey guys, am I early? Did I get to the expo too early? I'm already here waiting on you guys.
You know what, Ben? Actually, the graphics on yours come through like you could be actually there.
Right.
You chose a good background.
Did you guys get the share link? Right now it's just sitting on my page, but I also sent it to the Facebook. Just the link that you can share, so you can start sharing it. And
oh yeah, let me share that real quick. Are we live on Facebook yet? No, we're not.
We are.
We are. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we are.
I had to go live to get the link. So.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, no, it had to make that choice.
I like it.
Oh wait, is that the? It's wrong. Okay. Oh. Ahmed's here. He's connecting. Let me post this to. If you are watching, we are just sharing. Hey, Ahmed.
How are you? I'm here. How's everybody?
Good. Just give us a minute. We are just sharing this all over. So.
Better.
Do you have the share link, Ahmed?
Yes. Let me do it right now. How's it going, Shay?
What's going on, Ahmed? How are you?
Good. Brian?
Wonderful, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Ben?
Doing well, doing well.
All right.
Ahmed, do you celebrate Ramadan by any chance?
Is it, are we live or
We're live.
nobody's listening? We're live.
We're
Okay, so now I
live.
have to say yes.
No, I was actually, I guess, yeah.
I was like, the silent pause is
Because remember, Chris wanted to go to dinner at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, that might not be late enough. I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know if you saw his email yet.
Is there any way to share this on like LinkedIn? Everybody's like,
don't
LinkedIn,
realize
who
my
uses
bad.
that?
Yeah.
Me and Ahmed, we use LinkedIn a lot.
I know. I
Actually,
you
just like one of
can't.
Ahmed's
I
posts,
don't think.
like 2 minutes ago, literally on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I was.
I love LinkedIn. It's my spot. All right, let's see.
Are we
Yeah,
starting?
I need to update mine badly.
Oh,
it's-
mine's fully updated. If you'll check it out, it's like
Really?
no.
Really? I haven't seen. Are you
Man, I
serious?
felt
I'm gullible, so
when Jeremy sent that email out, and I saw it right before. I was like, well, maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he didn't see it. And then I saw the messages on. I was like, they saw it. And I told Jeremy, he's like, I took it off his LinkedIn. I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Nobody updates LinkedIn anymore.
excuse me.
No, it's weird. Like, I feel like people do use it, but they don't. I really have no idea.
I do. I use it, and I get tons of business from it.
Yeah, in certain industries, I think my brother uses it all the time. I see his notifications come through. He works for like a government contractor kind of thing, so
Mhm.
doing IT work that way.
Shay, I like the view, man.
Yeah, actually, I decided to go live from the College Football Hall of Fame. I'm right up front.
I don't know if
Well,
I'm gonna change my background, but
Since he's going live there, I'm going to go live in front of my cabin because everyone knows me, knows that I like to be out in the woods.
Josh in the house, baby.
Josh,
hey,
Hey, how's it
Josh, how
going?
are you?
What's going
Doing
on?
all right. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing just fine. We're doing great. Josh is ready to party, baby.
Always.
Who's anybody join us?
You know, there's 6 of us now. There was more people. I'm sure they're gonna jump on. We still have a few minutes, but if you want to talk about anything, go ahead, at least because people are watching. So
when are you going to start recording?
It is recording now.
oh, it's not recording. No,
It's not.
Good.
it's recording.
All right.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Now
I'm
we're
doing my
cooking.
best. I'm doing my best here. Okay.
Love it.
Hey, you got to have fun with what you do.
I'm gonna say it sounds like a lot of you are going to be showing up early and taking advantage of being in Atlanta.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That-
I have no
that's not
idea.
Water.
Yeah, it was. Cough
Oh
syrup.
yes, it's brown water. There you go.
I got this cough.
Who's in Atlanta? Shay, you're there, right?
I'm here, and I think Nicole's here.
Okay.
All me and all my
So
people.
I'm flying from St. Louis. Josh, where are you coming from?
Omaha. Gonna get in on Monday night.
Ben?
Coming from Texas.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Brian?
You know where I live.
You're down the street from me.
Yeah, Kansas City.
and so this is good. This is awesome. So what should we prepare for this trip if we come into from out of town?
So we're gonna be in April. So honestly, it's gonna be pretty nice weather because even right now it's like 50 or 60 degrees. I mean, it's raining right now, but it's not too bad. So really nothing. Just bring what you've got on. Maybe some alcohol if you drink. I don't drink, but if you drink, bring some alcohol. And that's about it. Just prepare to have fun.
Okay.
There's so much to do down there where the event's at. It's like Centennial Park, so there's like everything like circles it. So you have the big like Ferris wheel. That's what they call it, right? The big thing that you ride. All the hotels are down there, restaurants. It's really nice. I had never been there before, so I was really glad that I got to go see it because, I'm not like a football watcher. I don't even want to say big football watcher. I don't ever watch football, but when I went there, I was like, I want to watch football. It was like really, really cool looking on the inside. Like I must say, it's impressive.
Well, it'll be fun. I mean, hopefully you were inspired by obviously the ambiance to watch football, but at the show, hopefully we inspire people to find ways to grow their business and learn some new things, meet some new people. And I mean, even just on this call, I mean, I can't wait to sit down with each and every one of you and have a beverage or two and learn about the industry, because it's so huge. And, you know, we've all done our little corner, but there's always secrets to share, and I'm excited for that. So as much as there is to do in Atlanta, I mean, I'm most excited about, you know, jumping on with people in this call.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
the talent in this room right here, okay, is probably the best talent of the industry. I mean,
Tony in the house.
Tony's in the house.
Hey, Tony.
But you came in at the right time, Tony. You know, it's not just, you know, how long someone's been in the industry, but, you know, what do you know about the industry, and what can you help other people to avoid in the pitfalls of the industry? You know, there's a lot of knowledge that we can share with people, that we will be sharing with people, that they may not know. I mean, I just had a guy I was talking to the other day, coming on, you know, wanting to come on board. He's been buying his parts off of eBay, you know, this whole time, paying 30%, 30% more, and never knew of IG or you know, the other guys there. And I just showing somebody that has no idea, I think is really neat for me. It really is.
It's okay. This is in 20. Well, it's been a long time, but in my like 2001, my first trade show I went to, and now 2022, so 21 years ago, my whole life changed, man. The first show, that's when I saw you don't imagine that as big guys, this is the size of the business until you really see it. Like there's a guy that people say, you don't know $100,000 until you really make 100,000, or you don't know it's not much until you make it. Then you think to the next 100 and 200. You don't know that there is people out there doing 5, 6, 7. Okay. I met a guy, and I have the video with me from last in Vegas. He's doing 800 repairs in one store. I mean, this is exception. This is exception, guy. I'm not going to say everybody can accomplish that, but he said, how can I get to the 1,000? Even the guys who's doing 800, they want to get to the 1,000. So if you're doing 100 to 150, you got to grow, and you have to add that 300-400 repairs as soon as possible. This is the show for you. This is the place where you're going to meet people who's going to help you to get to the 500 and even more. I mean, that's the end of it. It's everybody in this business. If you're in wireless, prepaid, repair, distribution, financing, marketing, anything, just get there as long as you're supporting the industry. That's what I believe.
All I'm going to say is, please don't show us your videos from Vegas.
Which one? You want me to do it?
No, they're good. They're good. They're good. You gotta watch.
Listen.
No screen sharing.
I'm bringing my camera guy. He's gonna be following me everywhere. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah. No, this is it, man. I mean, we all sometime in our lives we were smaller in business, and we didn't know what we just wanted to get to the next level and just hanging out with the winners. And that's how we become winners. I mean, and we still want to grow. All of us over here running corporations and businesses, and we want to get there because we want to grow. If we want to grow, then the little guy got to go. Yeah.
Well, and there's a great phrase that if you're not growing, then you're slowly going out of business. And I think it's especially true now. Everyone's been talking about inflation. I mean, it's been all over the news. And so if you're not growing, then inflation is slowly eating away at your business. And so finding new ways to win, finding new ways to service your customer, finding new relationships, finding ways to, eke out a little more margin here or there, I mean, is going to be really important.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. How to go, Brandon? What's happening?
Sorry, guys. There's an issue with commenting. I'm trying to fix it. It says it's limited, but I'm checking under settings.
Brandon, your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Anybody, if anybody knows.
I'm good now. Sorry, I'm muted.
Oh, there's Brandon French. Look at this.
Hey, guys. Hey, Josh. What's up, man?
That's right.
Hey, been a
Hey,
little while.
Brandon.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for letting me in.
Brandon and I is a long term. I sent him the other day an email. I said, I found my long lost American brother right there.
I'm little American brother. Country boy, they called me in Vegas. They said, Brandon, we like you. You're a good country boy. You fit in good. Okay.
They're gonna love me then. They're gonna love me.
Oh my God, that's fun. No, but this is amazing. I'm glad that you're coming. I mean, Brandon will be there, bringing value. Certified Sell, Shay, everybody's coming. Ben, Tony, Brian, everybody in this call over here. Everybody should stop by and talk to us and the show, and ask any question. I mean, we're there to help you and answer any question that you guys have. Shay, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just kind of excited about the show. I mean, I think Atlanta's a great venue. I'm so excited that Brian and Jeremy decided to kind of have this down here because I don't think we've really had anything in the Southeast. There's always been there's been a few things in Texas. There's been a few things obviously in Vegas and California. So just kind of really excited to finally kind of not really co-host, but I guess we're kind of part of it since we're in Atlanta. So yeah, I'm just excited to see so many of our clients and outside clients coming down here. Talk to all these guys because it's going to be a blast. I mean, I as you can see, I'm already at the College Football Hall of Fame. I'm going to camp out over here for the next month until the show starts. That's how excited I am.
Yeah.
Well, Shay, we're just happy. I mean, you know, when Jeremy, Brad, and we were talking about venues and places to put, you know, one where it could attract a lot of people. One of the first places that we did look at was Atlanta. And, you know, when I reached out to you and said, here's what we're thinking, and you took off running with it. And, you know, I appreciate all your support and helping us put this on, as well as Nicole and all you guys. I mean, we're not doing this on ourselves. And for anyone to think that they're silly, this is a group effort of, you know, multiple people in the area, and are putting on an expo to bring to the people, to the repair shops, education in the industry, and maybe have a couple drinks. But yeah, Jared's laughing when I said that. But no, seriously, meet the people face to face. You develop so much more of a relationship with somebody when you speak with them face to face than you would over an email. And Tony, maybe you could elaborate on that, because I mean, you know, one of the things that when I was talking to you about promoting this, and you were like, yeah, I mean, I want my customers to come there. I want this. That's how I get better relationships. You know, and for these guys to come up and shake your hand and meet you and ask you a question about the industry. Hey, Matt, how you doing? And to gain just a little bit of your knowledge, if they take just a skosh of that back to their shop and implement it and make an extra $5 a repair, it's going to pay. That's going to pay for the trip in a month.
It pays for itself.
Yeah, that's the point that I've made with you when you and I and Jeremy spoke on the phone a few weeks ago. I think we started going in shows back in 2012, 2013. Started down in Fort Lauderdale, and then to Vegas, Los Angeles, and then we've been in Austin, Texas a couple of times, and we've been in different other shows a few other times. And previously, before that, I was in a different field, and the most important things were the conventions and the shows. The first thing, you know, believe it or not, as I'm talking to you right now, I can see something that I can use in this conversation with PayVantage. They do financing, to my knowledge, and just as I'm sitting here looking at Brandon, I'm already connecting dots in my head where my brother owns 14 cell phone repair shops, and I'm like, okay, my brother is going to be with me in the meeting, in the show. So I will introduce Brandon to my brother MJ, and maybe
Tell your
they can
brother to
sign
return
up.
my phone calls. I've already got a call to this guy. We've already talked, Tony. So I'm waiting.
Well, believe it
No
or not,
pressure.
believe it or, I think well, that's why you got to meet him face to face, because past that point they will have no excuse. I'm pretty sure we'll sign some contracts right then and there on the spot. So I promise you, you know, I can take advantage of your service as they're currently using other financing companies. You know, with me being out there and going to conventions and shows, I did them a lot of great things by meeting a lot of people in this industry, where I connected a lot of dots, and I made a lot of connections for them. All I just had to just, you know, pass the torch to them, and they ran with it, you know, and right now they're appreciating me for that. So I think it's a plus to have you on this video and in this convention as well. But going back to Brian, you know, going back to the conventions that we attended, to be honest with you, like, I think I recall what Shay said last time we were on a video Zoom. He said every time that we go to one of these shows, before we attend it, we're thinking twice. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Should I go? Should I not? But every time you come back from one of these conventions, you say this. You say that I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went there. I spent that much money. I spent a couple of $100 on hotels nights, spent gas money, whatnot. Believe it or not, every time that I've been in the convention, it's 100% worth the time, the hassle, the 2-3 days you're out of work. You're building a future bridge into your industry, and I think you guys said, you know, if you're not growing, you're dying. I use the other verse, adapt or die. You know, if you're not adapting into this industry, you're running out of power, and you're technically running yourself out of business. You know, who said that I can be riding a scooter today, an electric scooter?
I saw that.
That's great.
I want one of these so bad, just because Tony has one.
You know, believe it or not, I am currently sold out of all electric scooters and electric bicycles.
Wow.
The ones that I just got in today, they're all sold out. The ones that I got last week are all sold out. I have more coming in Friday. But again, you know, who said that I would be riding an electric scooter right now in this time, in this era? But it's trending. It's an electric device. In the near future, I'm assuming your cell phone repair shops can fix those type of things, you know? Yeah, exactly. Just like drones, just like electric scooters, just like anything else, speakers, whatnot, you know, the Boss speakers, the JBL speakers, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people fixes their charging ports and whatnot. So don't limit yourself. You're already paying rent. You already have items in your store. You already have employees, and you're already open 10 to 7 or 10 to 8 or whatever your hours are. So why limit yourself to a specific item? Go out there, see what else is out there, see what else you can make money off, and I'm pretty sure you'll be glad you came to this convention.
Yeah, I think for me, last year was the first time that I started going to conventions, and it's completely paid off. Like, I remember I've been in the industry over 10 years, and I never went to a convention.
Wow.
So last year, I know, shame. But it was huge for me. So I just say, if you've been on the fence, you've never been to a convention, and this is the first one that I've seen on
You should.
the East Coast, I'm so excited.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't turn off my speaker. Okay. Nicole, I met you last year. We've been friends for 3 years, but we finally met like what, 6 months ago?
It was at the wireless
in August. Okay.
Yeah.
Same as Tony. I think I met Gerard. Yes.
I met Ben for the first time.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, we met.
He was like famous walking through the aisles. I was like, it's Ben.
But you know what? As soon as now I'm doing business with Tony, I'm doing business with you, and hopefully we'll do business with Echo. But just because we've known each other for 3-4 years, it doesn't mean we're going to do business. Sometimes you're just going to have to handshake and connect with the person and face to face and do business with them. It does change things, because I saw you on social
100%.
media. isn't it? That's it.
100%.
the
It like
trust-
makes a relationship. You see how you kind of merge together, how you
Mm-hmm.
you know how when you're next to somebody, how you feel when you're talking to them, how their body language, and you just can read that person, and it creates a good relationship. And for business, it's just it's a game changer. For
I
me.
think I don't want to take too much of the mic time because I
It's
have
okay,
other
Tony.
people that should take. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, so I don't want to take too much time on this mic, but I have a quick story between me and Brian.
Oh gosh, come on.
So
I was hoping you
the
were going to
story-
tell that story.
So the story is this. Brian has been contacting me and my team for I don't know how long. And
2 years.
he's been sending me emails, and he's just not aggressive. He's the type of guy that's very shy, and he would send you a message. He says, "Can I call you? Can I schedule a call with you tomorrow?" And people who knows me, if you don't get on the phone and you call me and you said, "Stay on that phone, let me talk to you," I'm not gonna be, you can't catch me. So fortunately, Nicole introduced me. I met Nicole for the first time in Vegas last year. Me and her been knowing each other, I think 4 years or 5 years now. We've been going back and forth, helping each other out and connecting people and helping people out in the industry. But for the first time, I met her last year face to face. So now it's crazy how when you meet somebody face to face, you really automatically have to listen to them when they speak. So, Nicole put up Brian on a message between them two and I, and she says, "Well, meet Brian. He's 1, 2, 3, and he wants to talk to you." And automatically, I get back to her and I said, "Sure thing, call me." So Brian calls me and he goes, "Man, I've been trying to get you on a phone call for at least 2 years, and I did not know. All it takes is for Nicole to say, 'Here's Brian,' So
it's because we met. We have that connection.
Exactly. So I think in the future, when people do attend these shows, I am positive that, you will be seeing, there's so many people on Facebook, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in these groups. If you're running these groups and you know a lot of people, you either know them by their profile picture or barely by the first name or even by the last name. So I've known so many people that when they met me at the convention and they were like, "Hey, this is John Doe." And I'm like, "Show me your profile picture."
Tony, funny thing about that, and again, I don't want to take up a lot of mic time because there's a lot of great people here that want to speak, but Nicole is quite honestly responsible for my introduction to not only you, but also Ahmed. Okay. And I introduced her and I introduced Ahmed to Akko, and it just all of this came out of one show.
Yeah, you guys put me in touch with Josh.
Right.
For some reason, I've never met Josh. I was like, why do I not know this person?
Right. And then
it's a connection,
So and now look at it. Now there's going to be the best expo ever. I mean, and I say the best, not because we're putting, because not because, we're all a part of it, but it's the best because it is focused to education and relationship building. And you too can develop a relationship with, and even Ben now talks to me. I mean, I'm just kidding, Ben. but no, I'm serious. It's building a relationship for we all work together for a common goal. So thank you, Nicole, for all this. We appreciate you.
She is. She's always active. She's always bringing people together, and it's all about just you can talk as much as you want on social media, but nothing like connecting in person. Nothing. Right. Yeah. And being there, and someone says, someone told me one day, your money will follow you everywhere you go. So you go there. There's more money. It's going to connect.
Can we get something from Brandon to tell us about PayVantage a little bit about their product? Maybe PayVantage, Brandon, you can tell us a little bit about what you do and what you offer. I think it would be very helpful to a lot of cell phone shops that they're unaware of. Trust me, I am a cell phone repair shop owner, and I can tell you this. Finance will bring 40 to 50% extra into your business. Don't hesitate to contact him.
Just keep talking, Tony. You're giving my pitch right there. That's
Well, I
it.
don't get paid. I don't get paid for this yet, so
You
I'm gonna keep
can.
talking.
You can. Sign up as an affiliate. Yeah, man. So it comes honest here. You know, a lot of you guys on this call know my story. You know, we had some prepaid shops, we had repair shops. I had 10 stores scattered around, and there was a big need, right? And I tell entrepreneurs and people starting their business and people trying to find their niche in the industry, I tell them all the same thing. You know, if you'll open your ears and listen, the market will tell you what you need to do and where you need to be. And I feel like that the market was really telling us that, you know, we needed to solve this problem. We got really good at financing in our stores. We were making a lot of money, more so than we were, right? So compared to before, but we still didn't really have that problem solved as to the ability to qualify our customers, the ability to approve everyone that we really felt like we should be able to sell phones to. So, you know, kind of teamed up with a couple of smarter guys than me. PayVantage was created. And so PayVantage, we are the first company in this industry that does lease to own. So very similar to the other big competitors out there, but we have a qualifying bar, right? Anyone with direct deposit payroll, so anyone with a job is guaranteed approval at PayVantage. So before with the other players, we won't mention any names, but it was really just a roll of the dice, right? Will they get approved? Will they not? What happens if they don't get approved? They walk out and leave, right? Whatever. With PayVantage, you at least need to have this in your store so that you can guarantee approval for your customers. They walk in and you know you saw them working at Wendy's at the drive-through, you know they work at the factory down the road, you know that they've got an income of some sort, you can guarantee sell them a phone in your shop. And it's a game changer because you're able to go out and market and direct sell to customers that no one else in your area can sell to. I don't care how big of a city you're in, there's enough customer base that hasn't heard about PayVantage, and you can make a sale and literally, you know, we'll say corner the market with that clientele. So it's a game changer for our stores and our market. It's a subprime customer. We all know the customer when they walk in. We can sell them a phone and we give them buying power. You know, our average contract is about $850. We approve up to $1,500. So that'll get them almost any phone that most of us have in our stores. So
Don't give away too much, Brandon. They're gonna go listen to you speak over there.
well, you asked me, so he wanted to
Well-
steal. So anyway,
Well, let me say
I'm
this,
like,
Brandon.
shh, they gotta go to
Brandon,
the
if you-
show.
Brandon, if you haven't met Jared yet from Akko, then I'll introduce you guys because it'd be a good conversation to have. I'll just leave it at that
Yeah.
for now.
We were talking to someone on the PayVantage team actually, like literally last week, and so yeah, we look
Good.
forward to seeing your team at the Expo.
absolutely.
Say I'll give I'll be an advocate for PayVantage as well. Certified Sell, we provide consignment phones to repair shops and wireless retailers. So they've got an inventory of pre-owned phones without coming up out of pocket up front. But across our network, some of our shops that we're partnered with use PayVantage and some of them don't. The ones that don't, we tell them every day that they should be. But the shops that do use PayVantage sell 3 to 4 times more phones than the shops that don't. And this is across hundreds of retailers, and we've collected a lot of data. So we love you, Brandon French. and yeah,
it's a really good match. PayVantage and Certified Sell. I mean, literally, you know, there's no franchises on this call, right? But the group, the people on in this screen right here, you put us together, you've got a franchise package, right? You've got your inventory, you got your financing, you got your training, you have everything packaged in once. But right here, Certified Sell and PayVantage, we tell our dealers, you know, it's a good match.
Before you drive the car out of the lot, they tell you go talk to the financing guy. That's you, Brandon.
Mhm.
So everything needs a finance. I just want to give you a little bit about Brandon, a story that nobody knows about Brandon. 17, 18 years ago, I get a call from someone from St. Jonesboro. Then we do some business together. Then to find out one of the #1 stores in the country doing activations and numbers in a little town called Jonesboro in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, I had to say that, Brandon. Don't hate me for that. But
I'm all for it, man. That's right.
like literally #1 in the country. So the company calls and say, "What is going on there?" You know, you see the bar like this, and it goes like this, whoop, and it goes down. That's Jonesboro. I call him, and he is the nicest. I drove over there. I met with him. We talked, And Brandon is open for any idea, anything new. He's willing to try. He's willing to take a risk. He's a risk taker 100%. And believe it or not, I learned from you, Brandon, a little bit too. You know, a lot of stuff actually I learned from you. And then then Brandon disappeared for 6 months to a year. Where's Brandon? I don't hear from him. I don't know what's going on. Then suddenly he comes back again. He said, Ahmed, I got PayVantage. I got the solution. I said, what the hell is that? Tell me about it. Then he told me about it. And I said, oh my God, are you serious? And when he told me the numbers and the finance and the amount of money he's doing and bringing, I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. He said, no, it's working good, Ahmed. Let me show you. Let me do that. And then we started working together. And now, I mean, we've been working together, but I shifted with him, and here you go. Introduced me to Joshua. I mean, always there is good network with the good guys. And all these guys here I'm talking about, and everybody on the panel, Matt, Gerard,
myself. I wanted to.
All of you guys going to be there. So everybody watching this video should be in that Gadget, should be coming over there and learning and hanging out.
I want to ask something though. I want to ask Ben and Na, because, you know, Na trains refurbers. Ben trains micro solderers. We have stores owners that are going that don't do those services. This is going to be the perfect opportunity to bring those people together. So Ben, Na, you have people going that do these services for stores that you're going to be hanging around there with or something, so stores can meet them and start using them for their, you know, for their micro soldering and refurb.
Ben first.
Or you.
yeah, I can go first. Yeah, so for sure. We'll definitely be there. As far as to kind of give a little backdrop as far as what we do is everything that we teach inside of my program as far as, you know, business operations and creating micro soldering as a profitable service is all due to necessity from myself, is just due to the way that I've run business and literally gone out of business and come back. I've learned a lot of things from that and compiled it. And that's really what we teach in our trainings is we work with repair shops for 3 months actually. So everyone that we bring on, we not only just give them the actual like tactic on how to micro solder, but we give them the strategy on actually the implementation on how do you talk to the customer about this new service that you never even know the language of it. Like, how do you even explain an audio IC, or how do you explain sandwich issues to a customer? We give all the scripting and the understanding on the warranty issues that you might see from that, how to resolve those. And we have, you know, so many different areas of resources in our program that it's mind-blowing to see the progress that people have been able to make with us. It almost makes me jealous because whenever I started micro soldering, it was like a, you know, slow, hard journey of like, you know, going through YouTube, messaging people, trying to figure it out. And like, you know, a year or two later, I was like, I think I feel pretty good about this stuff, but still, I basically sucked at soldering at the time, like, you know, 2 years in. But I see people now, like 2 months later, they're like where I was at when I was 2 months in. It's incredible to see. And right now in our program, we brought in since October 2020, we have a little over 130 people that we brought into our program since then. And it's just incredible because our team of coaches that we have Jesse Cruz on our team, which if you've seen his B2B work, it's incredible. We have Leif Staten and then myself. You know, we've just, you know, really created an ecosystem where, you know, we can't get the results for you. It's all virtual. Like, we cannot touch you. We cannot tell you like what to do. We can't touch, you know, you move your hands or anything like that. You literally have to do it yourself, which has been incredible. So, you know, we feel that we've created like the perfect ecosystem for people to be inside of and to be able to thrive within. And that has all the resources that can get them from literally, like, the majority of our students have never touched a soldering iron. Like, a lot of times we'll be on a call, take a payment, and then the next question they have for me is, where do I buy my equipment? And I'm like, holy moly, you have nothing yet. And then we send them over, of course, to Shay at Gadget to pick up all their stuff. And so, but yeah, in a nutshell, that's really what we do. But we literally take people from doing zero micro soldering to, you know, literally being professional and selling it as a service to their customers. And we shorten that year to two time frame that a lot of people expect soldering to take, and we squish that down into a month or two inside of our program, of where you're able to offer it as a profitable service and actually start getting return on your investment right away, which is incredible. So that's like,
right, that's awesome. Yeah, I know your program is great. I've talked to people that have taken it, so it's good. You know, for me, I'm just like, okay, there's going to be store owners there that they don't want to do micro soldering, but there's going to be micro solderers there. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I don't know that any micro solderers have booths. So it's only going to be about networking with people, making sure that you guys are talking to each other. You know, even if you don't have a booth, walk around and talk to people that are walking around, even if you don't know them. I mean, how do you do that? Right. Like, and now, do you have people going that, I know you said you had a student going that actually does refurb. So, you know, if you have a store you're watching right now and you don't do refurb, fine, nah, you know, he can hook you up with somebody to get your refurb taken care of, you know?
Yes, so far about 5, 6 people will go with me
Okay.
to the convention. Um, it's pretty cool. Like Ben said, I heard a lot of good thing about Ben program, and I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and some people told me refurb is dead. That's gonna be the topic. Why refurb is not dead, you know? And
Yeah.
a lot of people say refurb is wasting your time, especially screen refurb. We're talking about screen refurb. My answer to you is your management skill, not the refurbishing
Right.
process.
Right.
If you don't know how you manage how to management, then yeah, of course. There's a lot of shop that doesn't do any screen refurbishing or any soldering. They still survive, but it's all depends on the location, and then you know depends on the how you manage it. But
Right.
definitely the micro soldering, even the regular like charging port solder, HDMI solder, and then screen refurbishing alone will bring you a lot of profit to your shop.
Right, right. If you
That's for
guys are not
guarantee.
doing this as store owners, you should. And I'm
Yeah.
going to let Matt talk because I feel like after we're talking about all of this, it's kind of leads up to, you know, what's important over there with repair.org, you know. So what do you think about this event and what's important about it?
What do I think is important about this event? Well, I think number one thing, like I said in the chat, is just the ability to network. Cannot emphasize this enough. Like you can survive in this industry for many, many years, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're maximizing what you can do. And I think people are often surprised. There's like a saying for another conference that I go to annually, and it's like you can't Google what you don't know. And it's like in this online age, we think that we can just Google everything to figure out what our business needs to do to thrive, right? Doesn't work like that. Unless you're like extremely lucky and, you know, I think the
Smart,
forums
and
are,
you know the terms.
yeah. And so like, I think what I love best about events like this is you can be sitting around in a session, you can be sitting at a bar, you can be playing Topgolf, or going to the hockey game, whatever it is, and just like the knowledge that starts coming out and kind of the nuggets that you take away, I think are the most valuable things. And you know, I think what I also love about this event is it's not something where I have to take an entire week off work. Right, this is a couple days out of a week where the knowledge I'm going to get and the things I'm going to take away are just going to be far more valuable as a business owner, to help my business thrive than anything else I might do with those, you know, couple of days.
Right.
Our association, we're most excited to learn more about kind of the issues that are harming this industry, and to look at ways that we can weigh in to help out. We have a pretty deep bench of policy experts, and we've got some good connections at pretty much every level of every government. And so like it's a good opportunity for us to say, oh, you are in Minnesota and you're having a problem. Cool. We'll connect you with the senator from Minnesota who actually is on the Consumer Affairs Committee, and they'll talk to you, right? And all of a sudden we can kind of remove some of these blockages so that
Wow,
your
that's
business can
great.
thrive. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, wow. See, you guys find Matt and you can talk about right to repair in your state. And then I want to talk about Akko because I feel like everybody is selling Akko. If you're not, you've been in the dark ages because Akko is everywhere. So what are you excited about the event? I'm glad to see you guys again. I loved hanging out with you in Vegas. Your team is so amazing. They're so nice. So what are you excited about?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Nicole. And it was great meeting you in Vegas as well. I know I was fortunate to meet a lot of you guys. It was our very first convention as a company and as a team at the All Wireless Prepaid, and got to meet Shay and Ninja Gadget's team. Ahmed, with his booth, was right across from us, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And they hang out with him, and of course Brian as well. I mean, I think what's really great is, again, being able to have something that's an expo dedicated to independent repair. that's like just repair focused. I think that's absolutely huge because I know, at All Wireless Prepaid, there was a ton of people there, obviously, that touch the repair side of the industry when it comes to sort of cellular and electronics. But having something that's really focused on that and focused on the education as well. I know our team especially, we're the ones that are dealing with people's broken phones and sending them out all their claims for repairs to, our network of these hundreds of independent shops that, that we're aligned with and aligned with the Repairs First Association as well. And so we're really excited to actually, get to meet some of these shop owners and their teams face to face as well and connect with them. We know them by and large from like their name when we look at them out on a map, because we have to send a customer to the, the closest store to them or back to the shop that they bought their plan from. So being able to actually talk to folks in person and understand more about their operations too. I mean, that's a huge thing when we entered the industry that we heard as feedback from the repair shops. And ultimately the repair shops are the backbone to actually providing insurance on people's devices, right? They break, you have to fix them. Like, people don't just want it replaced all the time. They don't want to mail it all over the place. And so being able to understand the needs of the shops and making sure that we're also crafting the types of features and the types of services and assistance that our team provides and that our platform enables is something that we're really looking forward to.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Question, Jared. How long it takes to perform one transaction with your company?
Yeah, so when it comes to actually selling our plans, we have a dedicated partner platform that we have built out for shops to use. It takes like 5 minutes maybe to sign up, register your shops, add your team members, and then a couple minutes to go ahead and sign a customer up for either a phone-only protection plan or one of our unique multi-device bundled plans. And then you're able to use our platform to track the sales that you're making. You can drill down into which of your stores is doing how many sales, which team member is making how many sales. And then we do automated payouts on a monthly basis as well as a referral fee for every single plan that gets registered. And then the biggest thing again is that, when a customer actually breaks their device, we're sending them back to the shop that they signed up for their plan at. And that's obviously the real big thing when it comes to, working with the repair shops across the country, is that's what's really important to them. They don't want to just sell a plan and then lose that customer when they actually break their device, right? And that's what we want to be able to do as well, is really just be the technology platform that's enabling, all these shops across the country to really just sit in the middle of that sort of ecosystem and within their local community to be that go-to place for those customers when they need to buy a device, fix a device, and making sure that they're always covered with us.
Awesome. Ben, I had a question for Ben actually. Ben, how long it takes to become like a master in soldering? I don't want to say master. How about good?
Yeah, that's a loaded one.
Is there? Yeah.
I would say to become proficient where you're comfortable offering it to customers. I've seen it 2 weeks in our first batch of people that we brought into the program. Whenever we first started, I was like, hey, if after the 3 months, if they can like feel comfortable doing audio IC, maybe not offer to customers yet, we're good. And then like people messaged me 2 weeks in and were like, dude, they sent me a receipt, and I'm like, you just build it to a customer? Like, insane. It's like 2 weeks. Yeah. So it's 2 weeks to 2 months. That's generally the process there. Of course, it's different for each person. Some people take over 3 months, but the vast majority of everyone is right between that, right at the 30-day mark.
Okay, that's great. I mean, I was expecting 6 months, but anything below 6 months is wonderful. So 30 days is great. Okay, what is the percentage of an average repair business now, stores? What's the percentage of the business is soldering? Like from every 100 repairs?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the shop, but 20% is probably 15-20% is a pretty easy area as far as that goes.
So if someone is not doing that, they're turning down 15 to 20% of the business. They have to, right? Or they have to sell a new product, a new phone,
or send it out, and that takes
or send it out somewhere. Okay, so by just adding this service, like they can add at least $2,500 to $3,000, maybe more, every month income, right?
Yeah. We just polled our group the other day, like literally 2 days ago, or no, yesterday we did. So we polled them, and they're making between 15 to 3,000 a month.
That's what I was. Okay, so you're talking about 50. Let's say the middle is 2,000. Then we're talking $25,000 to $30,000 a year. They're just going out of the door.
Right. Yeah. And that's
I can probably help him out with the answer, because I access to retail stores, and I went through this experience not too long ago. I don't know if anyone of you guys recall, back in October or November, I posted in the groups that we were looking for soldering technicians. We were short on staff. Of course, for those who don't know, we own 14 cell phone repair shops in the Tampa Bay area. And during that time in between August to November, I think there was a problem with employment all over the US. So we lost some employees due to unemployment and other things. So I posted that I'm looking for some cell phone technicians in the industry. At that point, some of my stores did micro soldering and some did not. Currently, as I can recall, I overheard my brother saying that one of my stores did, I think, 700 repairs last month, and they've had at least 1 to 3 repairs that were micro soldering. And of course, back in November, we did hire somebody that does micro soldering, and in January, I think, or February, they did 700 repairs at one location. And they were saying 1 to 3 repairs a day were micro soldering, between 30 repairs. So I'm assuming 15 to 20% is a good percentage to put it. I would assume in a 600 or 700 repairs a month store, you're probably cashing in on $15,000 to $20,000. Maybe I don't want to over exaggerate. I would say $10,000 to $15,000 a month in micro soldering, and not to mention the profit margin. I think in some areas you can charge up to $150 to $200 for a micro solder repair due to the fact that your competitors may not do micro soldering. So I'm pretty sure, I think we charge, or my stores charge about $129 for an audio IC, $149 for a baseband, and then it goes on. I visited one of my stores a couple of weeks ago, and they were working on excuse my intelligence, I don't know what they're called, but they were doing some motherboard swap, or like IC chips on the motherboard, where they ended up charging the customer $450 for a 12 Pro Max. So the profit margin on that was unbelievable. I think all it took is probably 2 hours to 3 hours for the technician to do them. He gets paid pretty decent, so it was still under $100 for overhead.
I want to add to that real quick, because I do some one-on-one coaching with some store owners. It's like a service that I provide outside of our training. And a lot of them, they do services like refurb and micro soldering, and they're doing one-on-one with me to help them go into the B2B market. It is so big, the revenue that you can bring in as a store if you know refurb or micro soldering. Like, I have seen just amazing numbers. I mean, I have one client that ended up opening like a depot style, and they were doing, just in revenue from refurb, was like $4,000 a day. And so you can really, like right now, as I'm speaking, I have an email with 2,000 phones that need micro soldering, and I have to figure out where to place those. That's from a B2B. That's from one of my clients that's a depot, and they need micro soldering as a service because they don't want to bring it in house. And so there's a whole other market out there that a lot of shops, they don't even know about. And so they're just focusing on walk-in clients, but I'm like, there's such a bigger opportunity there if you do it the right way.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with that. Like, and I think that's the big part of going to like the expo and things. You know, before, you feel like you kind of painted yourself into a corner with having a repair shop. You don't know what the world exists like outside of your little confines of your store, and you just don't really know what to expect. But once you start meeting people, you're like, holy moly, 2,000 phones! Like, it just gets insane. Like, as far as, you know, not just like the network and the cool people you meet, but like the cool things that they do, and it's mind blowing.
I mean, these phones, they're literally like, the depot owner was like, yeah, I don't know, they're just sitting in a corner, and we just don't know what to do with them. They're like no powers. Would you look at them? I'm like, just 2,000 Samsung S21s and Notes 10s just sitting around. I'm like, saying, what?
You know, you probably got to use the old saying, you know, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You know what I mean? So when you go to the show, it's really, you know, somebody that knows somebody. You know what I mean? You could say that, you know, and that's what the best thing about it is. You actually have an answer for everything. You can't say no to your customers. And that's one thing I included in the last show is, you don't want to say no to your clients. You don't want to say know to a customer that's coming in to spend money in your store.
Well, I will say
And-
something too. Like, I think this industry in general gets a bad rap in a way where I hear that everyone wants to hold on to their secrets, right? And no one wants to share. I've heard that so many times, which is crazy because we've got, you know, industry leaders right here that are willing and wanting to share. And so I think it's an excuse sometimes that, oh, it's, you know, no one wants to share and they want to keep their secrets. But at the end of the day, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust, right? And a Zoom call only goes so far. A phone call only goes so far. Cold emailing only goes so far. And you get to really know, like, and trust people when you come to a show, because what the secrets come out outside of the main conversation, right? It comes out in the person speaking, it doesn't even know it's a secret, right? Because they just know it's their reality. And it comes out over the beverage or over the lunch or just in the side conversation. That's when the true value, you know, comes out of a presentation, because it gets more personal. And I think that when people come to these events, they're there to be personal. They're there to meet people, and they're there to share experiences and feel good about it, and to grow the industry across the board, right? Like, Matt's not the only one here, you know, trying to like grow the industry, right? Even though his organization obviously is the one that's tasked with doing so. But everyone wants to, you know, the high tide rises all ships. And so I think there's a lot to it, and there's value in all the side conversation and the sharing of secrets.
You know, to add to that, Josh, okay, because that's a good point. I meet a lot of people in the industry that are nervous to even get on camera, let alone walk up to someone they don't know, right? I was so glad to see Brian here. I didn't want to point it out, but I was like, oh, Brian's on camera, you know.
This
so
is
proud
the
of you.
first time I have ever been on a camera on a Zoom call.
I'm so proud of you.
Wow.
I'm so happy right now. But for me, it's like, I try to tell people, like, I have my insecurities, and literally Ahmed asked me, what are you doing at these events that have nothing to do with repair? I have to walk up to people that don't even know, they don't even look at the retail industry as having, like, they're like way above us, you know, and I have to introduce myself and all day long to random people. And so maybe we can give some tips to people, like if you're going and you're just walking down the aisle, how do you just randomly talk to people that are walking around that don't have booths? I mean, how do you do that?
I want to tell you, just talking to strangers and walking up to strangers and talking to people in the airport and restaurants and everything. I met Army generals, I met doctors, I met lawyers.
What do you say when you walk up to them? What do you say?
I just,
So
you know, I just give it.
like,
I just give them compliment. I said, I like your shoes. I like your shirt. Man, this is look cool. You know, that hat fits you. Whatever.
I think Ahmad, you're not the one that's supposed to answer that, because he's too good at it.
Right. I'm like, no, not you. Somebody else.
Seriously, no. Seriously, I just.
Because you come straight to the person.
Yeah,
I need a normal person to answer that question.
I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I seriously, I don't know. In a stop call.
How do you do it? Matt.
Well, I think, you know what I did? I when I was walking by, I look at their name tags, and I'm talking about in conventions, and I just look at the name tag and just pronounce their name. And then it would lead to like a John Michael, blah blah.
Yeah.
And then that's what I actually seen. Like when you were walking around the booths, everybody's eyes are on the name tags.
Right.
So it's very important to have your name tags flipped into your name. It's very important to have, I think, your Facebook name on your name tag. A lot of people will go through the nickname or whatever you have on the name tag, so they will match your name with your face. And it's like they're looking at your Facebook profile. Because remember, everybody's meeting through Facebook. So your profile is the one that's going to get the attention. So if you have a Space Tune picture on your profile, make sure your name is that big so they can know who you are.
That's true. That's true. I want to add to Joshua what Joshua was talking a minute ago. When people say aren't you afraid people is going to copy you? You know what I tell them? I got asked this question yesterday because we just hired 5 new employees, and I was just training them all at once. I spent the first 2 days not talk about any product we sell, just build them mentally and build them, confidence, and talk about what, listen, people, I'm trying just to get them back again. There is always good in life. There's things going to happen. You're going to make more money. We're going to build this. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm talking to them about personal level. I want to know their families, what they do overseas, outside and their weekends, what their hobbies. I just want to get close to them. And after I finish the training for these, I do a couple hours every day. And then the end, one guy told me, you say so much on social media, Ahmed, aren't you afraid someone will copy you? I said, I want them to copy me. If they want to copy me. Go ahead. More branding for me. Go ahead and do it. What else I can do? I mean, I said, but you can't hide yourself. We're never going to grow if we hide. I mean, there's no secrets. Tony does wholesale. We know there's a wholesalers. It's not about getting money and just buy and sell. Joshua, you do the finance, the consignment. Brandon, you do the financing. You guys all here. Ben, soldering been invented since 1901. I mean, you know what I mean? It's nothing new.
And he came up with a new program. I mean,
seriously, and
Shay does parts, yeah.
Yeah, Shay is get his. He maybe has 2-3 factories in China. Who's gonna go to China? Nobody's gonna go to China. Who's gonna want to do this? So all these things is not secrets. It's just you gotta have system. You have to have a process. You have to have the right team, the right mindset. And that's thing you cannot buy. You cannot copy. I can't copy someone's mind. I can copy what they're doing, but I'm going to fail because I don't know their system. So you answering your question, no, you got to talk about what you do and even talk freely and tell people there is nothing I'm hiding and see how many business will come to you. That's what I tell everybody.
For me, I was very recluse years ago. I didn't like talking to nobody. So for me, when I go to events, especially if I'm standing around and there's people, I'll just say, so what do you do? That's just how I do. So what do you do? And I make sure to listen and I comment on what they do. And I always follow up with, I think I might have some clients that need that. Can I have your card? And this is what we do. So I always want them to know that I've heard them by repeating some of what they've said and then following up with, I might have some clients that need that. And then they're going to listen to me because I gave them that respect. It's not like, what do you do? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, this is what I do, right? I always want to repeat them a little bit and then also say their name. People like to hear their own name. It's like psychology,
Well,
so say their name.
And we as people who have a booth or are speaking at the event, we have an obligation too that anyone that's listening on this call or anyone that listens to our sessions or anyone that talks to us at our booth is to be that gateway to the rest of the people on this call or the rest of the people in the industry that maybe we've met that maybe they should know. And if we on this group or all of the booth presenters do that, then I think it'll be a more connected show just overall, right? And so I know for me personally, if there's anyone out there that wants to meet anyone that is on my LinkedIn or my Facebook or anything, just come and ask me. I'm more than happy to introduce you. But I'm really excited because there's a bunch of people on this call that I haven't met in person. So I'm really pumped that just this has connected me to some really cool people. And I'm excited to meet all of them in April.
Yeah, this is a really big industry though. We are just really focusing something just on a repair shop. I have a couple clients, which is they still refurbishing, screen refurbishing for B2B and then some carrier store. Minimum 5,000 a month just for iPhone 8 alone. They still buying 3-in-1 glass every month. It's different. A lot of different markets. It's a huge market. And a couple of clients that I have, they do contract with all the corporation, which is minimum 5,000 employees. I'm telling you, they're just sitting in the building and then people sending the phone. They don't have to deal with anyone. They just, deal with their enterprise level customers. All of their customer has to be minimum 5,000 employees and stuff like that. It's pretty big. And one of the person that I know, he's still selling Samsung Galaxy S7. Last time I asked, he said he still sell minimum 300 something every 2 weeks. Samsung Galaxy S7 on Amazon. I was like, I don't even see S7 in my shop.
Just
for
sold. I
5
had
years.
about 300 S7s. I just sold them last week for $75 or $70. So they do still sell.
He,
Yeah.
he sell a lot, way more than because you're a wholesaler. He
Yeah.
sell with retail.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
crazy.
it is crazy. It is crazy. And
Crazy, yeah.
and watch this. No, you're gonna and everybody here, you're gonna see that the 3G is shutting down in end of March. Holy crap! There's about 10% of the population have 3G. So there's about maybe 30 million phones is gonna be replaced with 4G and 5G. So get busy. It's gonna get busy somehow. You know,
I agree.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the customers who's gonna lose their 3G, but it is what it is. I mean, technology is gonna move on. It is so there's business coming. There's business coming. Just keep hanging. You know, talking to the right people, providing the right equipment, do the financing. I didn't even get to Brandon to tell him. Brandon will tell you that is stores are doing 80 and 120 financing every month. I know one of them, and I talked to him in person, and he's like, "Holy, Brandon saved my business, saved my life." He lost his technician. He doesn't have a technician to fix things. And he said, you know what, let me start selling new phones to find out. That's a whole different business, line of business. And he gave up on hiring technician. I mean, if you don't have a technician, there is a solution. Financing. If you can fix, go fix it. If you can sell more, sell more. Wholesale, whatever brings, insurance, all these things, parts, whatever. Listen, the industry need more people, educated people, and smart people. Is people having a hard time right now? Yep, the one that they're not willing to change and come to the show and invest in the show. So if you're planning for a trip in the summer to take the kids and the wife, and then you're not willing to invest in your business, I'm sorry, you got to cut that in vacation, and you have to come and invest in your business. That's what I did.
do want to say a few things before we go.
Yeah.
Maybe I give my opinion a lot due to the fact that I do have full access to retail stores. So I do say things that a lot of the people that's going to come to the show have in common with me, because I have full floor access to cell phone repair shops. So I understand their pain. I can tell you, I probably have a different vision than some of you guys due to the fact that a lot of you guys have the distributor point of view. I do have the floor and the distributor point of view. So if I'm looking at this screen with all this much talent in it, there's things that I can point out that I'm pretty sure a store owner will point out. I would look behind now Ring. It's the tables that he has behind him. I'm pretty sure people will ask you, where are you going to get those from? That's some connection there with Brandon. How would you be able to sign up with the finance, and give us more about your finance details? How we're going to guarantee customers from frauding? Because as a store owner, I do want my customers to apply and make sure to make the payments for the finance. And I based on what I heard from my brothers in the cell phone industry, the retail ad, that PayVantage, I think you have to download an app. So I'll leave that to Brandon to discuss with his customers, that how he can protect fraud from happening to your stores. With Ahmed, we're signing up my retail stores with Ahmed. The price, based on the feedback that I've got from my team, the feedback of advertisement is pretty cheap compared to other companies that we've dealt with in the past. With Ben, micro soldering, is it's priceless. I would say, if you don't look at it from a profit point of view, look at it from a control point of view. Controlling your market is a huge benefit that you can offer, not just by doing micro soldering and make $2,000-$3,000 a month. Is just by dominate your market and be that guy in your market. I remember when we first came up with Selfix 11 years ago, the trend that we wanted to have in the market is, if somebody drops their phone, we want the word Selfix to be the first thing they can think of. And we made it happen. I've seen customers in my cameras that would walk into a Selfix store and they're on the phone with their friend and they were like, I'm at Selfix. So just to have a customer saying your brand, that's priceless. Just to have someone to know where to go using social media advertisement with what Ahmed offers is priceless. Having the right supplier like Shay Injure Gadgets is priceless. I'm pretty sure. And one thing I want to give props to every single one out here that does connect with customers that are store owners like my other half is the access to us, at 11 o'clock at night through a Facebook Messenger. Shay, where you at? Nicole, where you at? Ahmad, where you at? That's priceless. I think you can't put a price on the connection that we built together. I know there was people in the industry that did cell phone wholesale before me, and I am pretty sure, and I don't even mind sharing the secret, because that's one of the things that kept me above water and successful in my industry, is replying to my customers. I respect my customers. I've seen people who lost a lot of customers due to them too busy to reply to you. You, as my customers, are the reason why we're here, and we appreciate your support to us, because without you guys, we are not here. So I want to make sure that the customers, the store owners, the cell phone store owners do understand that we appreciate them coming to the show, coming to the conventions, reaching out to us. We're never too busy for you. If we are too busy for you, find a different supplier.
Yep.
So that's my feedback as a wholesaler and as a retail, a cell phone repair shop owner as well.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
This is a
great.
good way to say it. And you know what? And just another thing I want to say, I don't know how long we have in the call. I don't mind sitting
About 4 more minutes, but it's
4 more
okay.
minutes,
We
but
can.
I just want to say one thing before, I let me speak at least in my behalf, and I'm sure all of you guys will agree. Before we become successful, we failed many times. We went through losing nights, working by ourselves, thinking of how many, I'm going to speak with myself, how many times I almost bankrupt. This has all happened to me. I losing, before you see who you see now, there is a lot of scars. There is a hard tissue right there on my back. If I can show it to everybody, it's hard. It's, losing friends. I don't want to even talk about losing marriages, all these relationships, all the shit happened and we're still here. So I'm speaking at least, you know what I mean? So it's not easy, and the family suffer, and whoever has, God bless you all if you ever have his family, because when you suffer, your family suffer. And so there is a lot of learning over here. There's a lot of things that we can give beside the business. It's the life story that got us all the way over here. It's fun. I encourage everyone to come there.
It's gonna be such a great
I
event.
encourage everybody to come there. Make sure you're
Let me
there.
ask Shay, what's gonna change with the part shipping? Is the shipping is still good currently from China?
So this is actually going back to something Nas said earlier, where he said refurb is dead. I had a conversation with one of my largest clients, and they're overseas, and they're like, well, right now, obviously, all these embargo issues are happening with Russia. And they said, well, what if China starts to take over Taiwan? And then, you'd probably have embargo issues with the US and China. That would shut down
refurb then.
Yeah, so you better learn how to refurb.
Right.
You better have a backup plan.
As a matter of fact, buy more parts now, just in case.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously.
Seriously.
If I have a repair shop, I don't want to be having a stock for 1 month and 2 months. I want to have 6 months. I will go even borrow money and buy more products. Because
I remember it happened, a year ago, Shay? A year or 2 years ago when the XRs were, I think it was 2 years ago, correct? When the COVID happened.
Remember when the 5 glass was expensive? Like the 5s, remember that?
2000
or was it the 8s? I don't remember what phone it was, but man.
Nicole, who carries 5 now?
No, it was a while ago. It was years ago. It was the 8s or the 5s or 6s,
it was
something
like
that.
the 5S. They had shot
right.
up to, they were like $15 a screen, and then all of a sudden they went to 65, 95. Like yeah. And
so
we
it was like
had
hot
actually,
commodity.
We'd actually at that time we thought we were going to become the next big supplier, so we'd actually put all our money into buying all this inventory, and then all of a sudden, like literally right after it landed, like all the prices shot up, so we just used it for ourselves. And wrote it out the next
Believe
year.
it or not, what saved us
good.
was refurbishing.
That's great.
At that time, what saved us was refurbishing. And I'm saying this, I haven't shipped anything to now or did business with him, but we were doing refurbishing. What saved us was refurbishing. When the 5S and 5Cs went up, I think it was 2014 or 15, They went up from $17 to $65. That month, we refurbished, I think, over 700 screens. We used to sell them back. So we refurbished that many screens. And twice a month, my brother used to go to the back room and generate, I think, over like 200-300 screens. We used to count $65 times how many screens we did. And in 1 month, I think we've made almost like $40,000 worth of refurbished screens. So imagine how much money we would have paid someone else for screens at that time. So we did not suffer. Unfortunately, right now, with growing that many stores, we're having problems with having people refurbishing. So if you outsource to someone, I think it's always good. I'm that type of guy. I believe in outsourcing, and if you do outsource instead of teaching your employees to refurbish, you can do that versus teaching someone to refurbish, because by the time you teach someone to refurbish or do something, sometimes they move on. So you can always outsource and take half of the headache off you. All you have to do is just order it, take care of it. Someone else will carry the stress off of you. Just tell your customer, wait 10 days, make it sound like it's a hell of a job, because it is, no one can do that. So outsource micro soldering, outsource refurbishing. You don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to do everything yourself. Believe it or not, I own 14 cell phone repair shops. I do not know how to repair screens. And I'm proud of me to say this.
I love that.
That's actually quite funny, Tony. I've been in the industry for a lot of years, and I still can't even fix an iPhone 5. So
I've never took us. I was in the business. I got out of the business, the retail, back in 2009, and I never took one phone apart. I don't even know how to do it. So at least you've seen it. I haven't seen it. But
I mean, I train repair, but I haven't fixed a phone in over a year because my team does it all. I'm just like, you do that. I don't know what it is.
But listen, if you want to learn how to repair, if you want to know how to repair, get Nicole's class. Get her
if you're a beginner, yes, or if you need support for your new hires.
Nicole, I showed it to one guy. I need to talk to you about this guy. Yeah, it's good. It's a good program. It's a good program. And we will be distributing her program as well very soon. I'm putting a new website together and a whole.
Oh, it's awesome! It's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any other thing before we all go? Because it's 8:02, and I know everybody has stuff to do, like time with your families.
I just want to say that the connections that you'll make and the resources that are available in the industry, that they almost seem like they don't exist until you meet people in person, and just the way that you're able to message somebody afterwards, like even. In Messenger, like it's so much more tangible that way. And like the biggest thing that I always look at, you can either make an excuse or you can make an opportunity, and with the same resources that are available, and it's very easy to do either one. So that's the way I've always looked at everything, is you can either make an excuse or an opportunity, and there's a lot of resources available. So
don't make excuses. Come to the event.
Exactly.
Anybody else? Are we good?
Come and see us.
Get a mug.
Yeah.
And don't forget the giveaways.
I do. There's tons of giveaways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's tons of giveaways. There's a lot of people to meet. There's a lot of good things to do. And I'm going to take a picture for all of you guys right here.
Oh my God. I'm going to look at your phone case.
He's also called a screenshot on the computer.
No case. How about that? No protection at all.
Can't see mine. There we go. I got one. But I have Akko on my phone, so if I break it, I know. Hey.
All right, guys, have a good night. And
before we do that, Nicole, Shay, if you don't mind, kind of give you like 30 more seconds here of the floor. If you had the ability to stand in front of your customers in the Atlanta market or around the area, what would you say to them right now in the importance of coming to the expo, and what can you do as far as helping them out with their tickets on the price?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think all of us have our own coupon codes. So talk to your vendors. I'm sure they'll hook you up with a coupon code to get tickets for 50% off. But I mean, you're going to meet so many amazing people and build up connections. Obviously, there's Akko and PayVantage for selling devices. Akko for getting insurance on your devices to resell or upsell to customers. I mean, you could increase your tickets by $60, $70 easily right there. You can buy devices, obviously, from Gadgets, but Tony too. Learn how to do refurbishing from Na. learn how to do micro soldering from, I mean, there's literally a countless amount of resources. And you are literally going to cost yourself money if you don't come to the show, because you're going to just make so many connections. And the people you see here aren't even what, 1/5 of the actual vendors that are probably going to be there, 1/4. So I mean, there's going to be significantly more opportunities, and not just that, but even if they're not vendors, there's going to be clients out there who you can work with, who may have business deals for you. Like Nicole said, she walks up to people and she says, "What do you do?" I've learned that people love to talk about themselves and what they do. And that's just the easiest way to make a connection and build business, really.
Yeah. I
Well
love it.
said.
Such great advice.
Florida, Georgia weather is good, guys. It is
So
not
good.
cold. It is not cold. I'm
And not Bernie hot.
And it's like 0 and it's freezing. It is not cold. It's
Not
sunny.
burning
It's probably
hot.
like 70, 75 degrees.
Right.
We're in the South. We're lucky. There's beaches. Take it as a vacation. Every time I leave Florida, I want to go back. And I will never leave Florida.
Trust me, I always tell my brother, why did you bring me here to the St. Louis? It is Florida.
I don't know how you live there.
What the hell, man? Why did you
I
bring me
haven't
here?
seen snow in 22 years. And
Well,
At
I'm
least you're in
excited
St.
to see
Louis
it
and not
again.
in Omaha.
I hate snow. Ugh. I want to go back to Florida. I want to go back to Florida. I'm from Florida.
Tampa's overwhelming right now. We're tired of everybody. Don't come here. Nobody comes here. There's too many people moving
I'll
here.
go where I want to go.
All of you guys complaining about that, and this is where I want to go, right here, right to the cabin. All right.
No.
Hey, a fat guy likes cold, so I mean, come on.
Enjoy it.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be back on Thursday. So
Yes,
if you guys
thank you
watching,
so
we'll see you Thursday. Have a good
Thank you,
night.
everybody.
Great. Great to
Bye.
see you all.
Bye-bye.